Hey, welcome back everyone. I hope everyone out there is having an amazing Sunday this day. Now, a lot of Star Wars fans around the world have really been very skeptical about the future of the Star Wars universe ever since the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series debuted on Disney Plus by Joby Harold and Deborah Chow, and exactly how it really let down a lot of fans based on a lot of the decisions that they made in the show, a lot of creative choices, mind you, that they went through with, and exactly how that had a big impact on the characters of Vader and Kenobi. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the Disney Star Wars universe is that we have, of course, people like John and Dave who truly care about Star Wars, who really are very passionate about their work, and really care about the Star Wars fandom. You know, when you look at John and Dave, you can just see it in their faces that they care about the fans. They genuinely want to make Star Wars as best as they can. It's just a part of themselves as living people, right? And that, at the end of the day, just goes to show you that they really are trying to dedicate their lives to turning Star Wars around and really bringing it back to the way that George Lucas was treating it so many years ago. Now, on top of all of this, that brings us to, of course, a big thing that is happening behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm that involves, of course, a major retcon that's going to have a big impact on characters like Palpatine and Anakin Skywalker and the entire Skywalker saga at heart, and exactly why Favreau and Filoni are going through with all of this. Now, on top of that, alright, one thing about the entire situation involving this big retcon is that this has been in the works for a very long time, and how it's going to involve a lot of inspiration from some of the other canon material by Disney. Now, with both Disney and Lucasfilm currently developing their new Star Wars TV shows that are about to focus on Star Wars legends getting revived, creators Favreau and Filoni are currently developing new TV shows that will change canon and Star Wars history forever. Now, it's noted that currently Favreau and Filoni are working on a project that is about to change the Star Wars canon in a very drastic way for the Star Wars prequels that fans would have never seen coming. It's described that as of now, Filoni and Favreau are making a canon that Palpatine turning Anakin to the dark side was not planned by himself, but by another Sith Lord known as Tor Valum. However, John and Dave are about to do another Sith Lord, of course, retcon that involves Palpatine and Darth Vader and exactly what it means for Anakin Skywalker, and are about to make something very much canon that will be introduced in the form of live action in the near future, that Palpatine was the actual creator of Anakin Skywalker through the dark side Sith magic that he learned from Darth Plagueis. Now, this is described to be made canon by 2023 for the fans, and that Palpatine is essentially going to be made, of course, canon by 2023, that he was the creator of Anakin Skywalker and described as the inauthentic father of Anakin by initiating the Force toward Shmi Skywalker to eventually have her give birth to Anakin. John and Dave got the idea from the Star Wars comics about Darth Vader and are now going to make him a big storyline in the Star Wars universe. Now, though Anakin will not hold any Palpatine DNA, really, he will be considered the creation of Palpatine through the use of Shmi Skywalker, and that there is something very special about Shmi that has been left hidden that will be revealed by Favreau and Filoni in the new lore for Star Wars. This is described to be planned as one of the big revelations in the Ahsoka Tano series. However, for Disney Plus in 2023, where Ahsoka learns about the truth of all of this through Anakin's Force Ghost. However, it remains unclear as to exactly where this will all take place, given that Favreau and Filoni are preparing Anakin's ghost to appear a total of 3 times in the show. Now, the thing about this, before we get on to the next thing that's really exciting, is that this really does make you wonder exactly where is this going to take place. You know, when Ahsoka learns about this major revelation involving Anakin and Palpatine, is it going to take place in the world between worlds? Is it going to take place in the netherworld of the Force? We're not quite sure about that just yet, but Favreau and Filoni are moving forward with making Palpatine the creator of Anakin Skywalker, and exactly how it lends to a lot of explanations about the Skywalkers, which we're going to get into in just a second. Now, this is taken directly from the comics. I don't know if you guys read the Darth Vader comics, but in there, and I'll pop it up on the screen eventually, is we have Palpatine pretty much using himself as a possessor in a way over Shmi Skywalker that allows him to pretty much alter her and allowing her to give birth to Anakin Skywalker eventually, and leaving Shmi Skywalker pretty much, memory lost about the whole entire situation of not knowing about any kind of thing that happened before. And that was all a vision, by the way, in the comics. It wasn't something that actually happened, but now John and Dave are cherry-picking from that and making it into something truly canon as early as 2023 in the forms of comics first, that's going to eventually be explained to all Star Wars fans in the Ahsoka series eventually. So, moving from that, alright, making Palpatine the creator of the Skywalkers is set to be an answer by FAVREAU and Filoni as to why the Skywalkers hold dark side tendencies, and mainly why both Ben Solo and Anakin Skywalker turned to the dark side, and why Luke has even meddled with the dark side. John and Dave are set to make a story that will feature Luke falling to the dark temporarily, that will be inspired from Star Wars' Dark Empire. FAVREAU and Filoni have gone over this plan for the past 3 years now, and are finally set to make this canon for the Star Wars fandom. They are trying their best to make this executed as best as possible in the Star Wars world, and how they can truly change how fans view the entire saga in a completely different way now at this point. The story of Palpatine will be more embedded into the Skywalkers by John and Dave through this strategy, and of course the big retcon. Now, obviously a lot of fans are going to have issues with this, and I don't blame some fans out there for having issues with making Palpatine the creator of the Skywalkers, but I gotta lend it to you. I think that this really is the best way that you can connect Palpatine to the Skywalkers, almost an ongoing thing. He is basically the creator of the bloodline. Now sure, Shmi was the very beginning, and they are going to be doing major revelations about why Shmi is so special, and what it really meant to Palpatine. We're going to learn more about that in future canon. But this is the main thing right now, is that John and Dave are making a canon by next year that Palpatine was indeed the true creator of Anakin, and the inauthentic father in a sense. And this, by the way, was a part of the original script of Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if you guys knew this, but George almost did this, where he wanted Palpatine to have a line that he created Anakin, and that I am essentially your father. Those were almost the exact lines, and it was basically going to be like a poetry, it's like poetry, it rhymes kind of scenario, where Palpatine is like in the Darth Vader spot, where he unveils that he is the quote-unquote father to Anakin, in a way, and it would have been pretty cool, but it was completely, thrown to the wayside by George, and I think it may or may not have been a mistake, it depends, but John and Dave are now making it canon, and I think if it's executed well, it can be done perfectly. On paper, it may sound a little strange to some fans out there, but it all depends on how this is going to be executed as one of the revelations in the Ahsoka series for next year, and exactly how it will lend a lot of other explanations to other secrets. So overall, guys, let me know what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.